Hi, I'm Kevin Tharp, and today I'm going to walk you through the Global Perspectives semester assignment for ICT 103. So let's get into it. So the Global Perspectives assignment is a way of taking the things that you're learning and adding the additional skill of learning how to turn content into stuff that is available on the web. So you'll be creating a website as part of this. That's sort of the underlying feature. So the first thing that you're going to do is you are going to create a team, and how you do that is going to be up to your individual instructors. Different instructors will decide different ways about how to form your team. The second thing that you're going to do is you are going to, as a group, you are going to create a company based upon some of the elements of sustainable development. And it has to be a company that's not located in the United States because it's part of the global perspectives requirements that this course offers for general education. So it needs to be outside of the United States. And what you will be doing is you'll be creating a website for that. And you'll be doing that as a grade. The way that we're going to do this is that we're actually going to have you go to WordPress.com and set up their free website. You will not have to do anything that requires you to spend any money or agree to any kind of contracts as part of this. You can also use when you're setting up the accounts to do this, you do not have to use your personal address or any information that's personally identifiable. So you'll create a company, and we'll go into that in a few minutes. So there's three parts to this assignment, three main parts. One is creating the company and the website. The second part is a presentation, which you'll do in a later module. And then the third thing is peer evaluation. So the peer evaluation is going to be done with other members of your group. So you will be doing a peer evaluation of the other members of your group and their level of participation in this project. And the grades can be affected based upon the peer evaluation of the people uh, of you by your peers. So you can actually end up with a zero for a grade if you don't participate. So it avoids or tries to avoid the social loafing that sometimes happens in group projects. Now let's get into the meat of this. The first thing is the company and the website. So when you click on this link, it's going to bring you to the basic instructions of the project overall. So in phase one, you'll be doing the formation, branding, and infrastructure. So that's where you're going to create the company. You're going to set up the website, and then you're going to start planning for the content that's going to come later, because you need to have a sort of a navigation plan, an understanding of how you're going to lay out your website so that you can build the menus, navigation, that sort of stuff. So you have to have an idea of what it's going to be before you actually have the content to put in there. We'll go into that in a couple of minutes. The next thing is phase two is research and development. So this is where the global perspective start really comes in. You're going to do research on the company that you choose, and you're going to look at different aspects of doing business using the internet, e-commerce within that country. And then the final phase is to draw all the different elements together. So you have the content in there, you add the different things, get it all together, and then you turn those things in. Again, I'll go into that in a couple minutes. Phase four is you present the project, and phase five is a peer evaluation. We won't go into those in this video. So phase one, the directions are located in here. Now, the first thing that you're going to have to do is form your group. And again, you're going to need to work with your instructor on this, because different instructors like to form groups in different ways. But it gives you an idea in here of the kind of things that you're going to have to do. So for instance, you're going to determine the country where your company will be located. And then you're going to have to start finding sources of data that relate to their social, economic, environmental factors, things that will affect ICT and their use in that country. You're going to have to describe what type of an organization you're forming, location, size, number of employees, annual sales. Now we realize that you're making this up. So that's okay. I mean, that is part of what it is making you think through that process of planning a business without actually going to all the work that you have to plan a business. Second step is you're going to have to identify roles. Now, in this document, we have identified some roles, but you may find that these roles don't work out exactly right for you. So it's possible to change them. But these correspond somewhat to the roles that are identified in some of the chapters that you're reading. And so basically, somebody to manage the team, somebody to manage the website, somebody to manage the design, and somebody to manage the content. Then, of course, everybody on the team is going to be a writer, and you may find that there are other roles that you need to pick up. You'll work with your team and, when necessary, with your instructor to identify those. But those things will go into a page on the website. Now, since we are using the WordPress.com free site, if you come into this content area right here, this is going to have that information. Now, we've actually created this is called Sway, and a Sway is just a presentation software. But inside of here, there is a video that walks you through how to set up an account and begin using that WordPress site. And you'll go in and you will watch that video. The second thing that it will do is it will talk to you about adding users, because whoever is the first person that sets up this account the account is going to be set up with their whatever they use for their username and password. So that person is the first administrator, but you're going to have to add the other users to the site. This walks you through how to do that, where you will find the information. You will use their emails to set it up, and you will give them the privileges of administrators so that they can also create content on the website. And again, that walks you through all of that right in here so that it shows you exactly how to do it. Step 4 is branding and content planning. That's where you start coming up with the artifacts and information about the company itself. So what is the product that you're going to do? What is the location that it's going to be? Who are the staff members? Who are the target users? All of that. And you will go in, and within WordPress, you're going to have to decide on a theme. This should be done as a group, but your website manager is going to be the one that actually implements it. Again, there will be videos and information down in this way that will give you the information you need to know where to do that. So there's nothing here that we're not going to guide you through in order to get there. So that's that first phase. Phase 1 for the group project. Phase 2 is where you go into the research and development, where you need to look at the country and sustainable development research pages. So you're going to be creating pages within your website that talk about the country and the sustainable development goals that you have chosen. Now, with the sustainable development goals, you're going to need to work with your instructor. Some of them may want everybody in the team working with the same sustainable development goals. Others may let you choose. That's something that you'll work with your instructor, and that detail will be worked out. So this is the research component of this. This is phase 2. And so while really you'll be working on this element during the entire project, because you're going to have to identify the country and start understanding the parameters, it's in phase 2 when you're going to turn that research into documents. So you're going to have a country page or pages, and you're going to have a sustainable goal page or pages where you talk about those things that we cover in the class and that you're applying with this project. The third phase is to finalize and publish content. So one of the things that you'll see is that we have set up a series of elements and pages that you must include in your website in order for you to complete it within the guidelines of the assignment. That includes things like an organization name and logo, an about us page, the products and services that you're going to be doing, location, size, target markets and customers, etc. And then what you'll be doing on the e-commerce page is you're going to be setting up a prospectus. A prospectus is a mock-up of a product or service that you're going to be delivering. We can't actually have you do any transactions because the free version of WordPress that we're letting you do won't let you do that, and we don't want you to have to sign up for something. So the prospectus is a mock-up of the product or service and what you would do in order to encourage your users to sign up or purchase whatever it is that you are making available to them. There's other things that you're going to have to look at. You're going to have to use a theme for your website. And again, that is actually discussed in phase one, phase two, or phase one, along with setting up the website. You're going to have to, there's different types of website elements, text with a photo, file downloads, YouTube video. You're going to learn how to include all of these, and you're going to need to include them in your website. Now, there's also going to be an executive summary. And what this is the document that you're going to turn in. So when you're all done, you'll turn in the URL of your website, but you're also going to turn in this executive summary document. And what it's going to do is it's going to provide to your instructor the information that you need to provide them. So you're going to tell them where you satisfy all these elements, all these pages, the content, and that sort of information, so that if something should happen to your website, you as you're going along, one of the things you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take a screenshot of each of the pages, save that aside just in case something happens, because sometimes things do happen, and then you'll have that screenshot that you can load into the executive summary so that you can show the different pages and what you've done. And so that's just sort of a fail-safe way to make sure that you get through this without having any major ordeals. Now, the next part of it after that, after you turn that in, so these three phases are going to be spread out through the semester. So in one of the modules, you'll have phase one, in another module, have phase two, and then in a third module, you'll have phase three. So those will be spread out. Each of these phases coincides with the length of time that a module is running. The present your project comes towards the end of the semester. The present your project and the peer evaluation both come in the last few weeks of the semester after you've had a chance to complete the project and get it turned in. So that pretty much lays out what you're going to be doing. You'll get more information as you go, especially when it comes to what the presentation and the peer evaluation are going to look like. But at this point, that is not important for you to know, to understand the scope and the nature of this project. And we look forward to the work that you do, getting to see what you do. And for all of the team of ICT 103 instructors, I'm Kevin Tharp, and we look forward to seeing what you do with this. It's a fun assignment. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.